welcome to learning about your art courses. As long as you are here, you're in the right area. So if you are ready to learn about the Art Part 2 area, I'm going to go ahead and take you through there. My name is Patricia Farrell-Levange. I am an art instructor with K-12, and I've been with K-12 for a couple years now, since October of 2012. So if you need any help, reach out to me and I'll help you along the way. But I'm going to help you explore these couple of new courses as we go. Okay. So the first course that we're going to look at is Fine Arts A and B. Fine Arts A and B are two separate courses, but they work together. Fine Arts A is an art history course that really explores the elements of art in great detail. It is a large art history course, so you're exploring various periods of art history. You begin by exploring early art history of the Mesopotamian times and to move all the way to European Renaissance times. The beauty of this is that you only explore half of the art history periods, but you're going to move all the way on in the Fine Arts B course. Now the B course is a continuation of the Fine Arts A course. In the B course you are going to explore the principles of art, but you also are going to pick up European Renaissance art history and move all the way to contemporary modern art of today. So that's what the course topics are all about. Now let's talk about what the course is composed of. Each course is composed of 8 units, the odd number units being lessons, discussions, quizzes, and exams. The even number units are your studio exams. And then the course ends with a semester review and then a large exam assessment. Now, within the course there are a couple of studio assignments that students have to complete in order to pass the course. Both courses A and B have 4 studio assignments apiece. They're only in the even number units. And what I'm going to ask for you to do at this moment is to pause the recording so that you can review what the assignments are. Now that you reviewed it, go ahead and take a look at the materials that are needed to complete these assignments. These are the materials that K-12 will send to students. They send all of these materials with exception to a sketchbook, but sketchbooks are encouraged. So how will the students submit the artwork? Well, they're going to do a couple of things. When they are ready to submit the artwork, they set their artwork up somewhere in their home. They take a piece of paper and write their name and their date on that separate piece of paper, and they position their artwork with that piece of paper with their name and date on it together. They'll take a digital photograph or a photo tape with their cell phone, and then they're going to upload their assignment to the assignment box or the Dropbox, depending on which platform you are teaching on. So here's some suggestions for a new instructor. Really know the course calendar and class plan. As long as you know the course calendar and class plan, you're going to be set for yourself. Do yourself a favor and work at least a week ahead of the students. This will help you provide explanation, post announcements, and definitely make grading run a heck of a lot smoother. When you are ready to grade stuff, know the grading rubrics. For the most part, your grading rubrics are already included in this course, but you want to know your grading rubrics so that it makes grading consistent across the board. I already spoke to you about having that piece of paper that the student writes their handwritten name and date on there. And the biggest reason behind that is so students don't plagiarize and steal artwork from the internet. All their artwork has to be original. Within these two courses, there are something called ungraded sketchbooks. And what ungraded sketchbooks are is it's a list of topics that students can choose from. They can decide if they want to do a drawing of whatever the topic is, and then take a photograph of it and submit it to the assignment or the Dropbox. This is extra credit, so the kid can do it if they want, or they don't have to do it. You as a teacher can award as many points as you want. I myself, I only usually award 1 point extra credit since it's just a simple sketchbook. But that's all up to your discretion. So the next course I want to talk to you about is Digital Arts 1 and 2. Digital Arts 1 and 2 is, again, 2 separate courses. And Digital Arts 1 is designed to give students an understanding of the basic elements and principles of digital design. So they're really breaking out their inner graphic designer capabilities. Students here will be using mostly image and editing drawing tools to create their artwork, and they're using a program called Inkscape. Once a student completes Digital Arts 1, they can move to Digital Arts 2, and basically it expands their knowledge that they learned from Digital Arts 1, and it builds their skills and techniques to explore designs even further. So there is some teacher grading here. There is no large final project here. There's no semester exam. Basically, each unit has 4 assignments that the teacher has to grade. The first one is a set of comprehensive questions. It lets the teacher understand that the student is reading the material. And then after those questions are completed, there is the A, B, C level of assignments. Go ahead and pause this recording so that you can read what the assignments consist of. Computer-graded assignments are real simple. They're mostly just your quizzes and checkpoints. Your quizzes are multiple choice and true and false, and checkpoints are just simple little tests that students have to complete in order to receive that 1 to 2 points. And as long as they do that, they earn those points. Nothing really for the instructor to do. So there are a few downloads that everybody needs to do. The first one is that you have to download the required software, which is called Inkscape. The student has to download it and the teacher has to download it. And those directions can be found in the Unit 1 course overview. It's really important that everybody does all the steps for Unit 1 so that they can download Inkscape correctly. The next thing for teachers to do is you are encouraged to download the quizzes and reading comprehensive keys as well as the individual assignment rubrics. By doing this ahead, it makes grading a lot easier in the future. Like I said before, both students and teachers need to have Inkscape on their computers. That way you can see what the students are creating when you grade it, and you can also help your students along by problem solving how to complete a particular task. Really, the biggest thing is, for a suggestion with Digital Arts 1 and 2, is it's very important that everybody knows Unit 1 step by step and is able to download the resource folder in the Inkscape program. I encourage you to highlight this in your welcome email. Make announcements reminding students that this is really important, that they have to do this right off the bat, because without Inkscape, the students can't complete this course. But once they get Inkscape, it's not a hard program to learn. So image design and editing is another arts technology course that we're going to talk about. And what is this one all about? Well, it's, again, students are learning about design and editing techniques, but this time they're using a platform called GIMP. They're going to create 13 different projects, and they're going to be using a file of images from a resource folder that is found within the course. Go ahead and pause this recording right now and take a look to see what techniques that the students will be looking at. Our next one that we're going to talk about here is the teacher graded assignments for image design and editing. Here with the teacher graded assignments, it's going to start at Unit 3, where each unit has a studio assignment that must be submitted. The big ticket here is that Units 12 and 14 are probably the most difficult because it combines a lot of the tests that they've learned before into a couple major projects. So it's really important that you as the instructor knows the concepts and the techniques and be able to help students problem solve things in Unit 12 and 14. So it's important for you to know that. Starting at Unit 2, you have a couple computer-graded assignments, and all those are just unit quizzes, but the computer does that for you. Downloads, again, that I want to talk to you about is that everybody has to download GIMP. They also have to download the resources that are needed, so it's important that they get that information from Unit 1. All the supplies, everything that you need is found within the course. One thing I do want to suggest is that YouTube is very helpful for instructional videos. Okay, so really use that to your advantage. Biggest suggestion is the same as before with other courses, is that it's really important that they start the course off well, that they complete Unit 1 with step-by-step so that they know how to find and download the course resource folder and GIMP the program. So again, be sure to highlight that Unit 1 is so important in a welcome email and as well as an announcement within the course. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is digital photography. Within digital photography, students are going to be learning about the basics of digital photography and how it can be used as an art form. Students here will be taking simple photos around their house and in their community. Go ahead and pause to see what techniques that they will be exploring. Now, for the teacher, what they are going to grade, there's really not a large or overwhelming project. There is no semester exam here. But what there is several assignments that are worth about 40 points each. And the assignments have 3 photographs that students must complete a piece. There are a couple of computer-graded assignments, and those are just quizzes that are multiple choice and chapter reviews. So here's some suggestions that I have for you for this course. And the suggestion is students will ask you, well, what kind of camera do I have to have? Well, they can use anything. They don't have to have an expensive SLR camera. It can be a camera phone. It can be a basic digital camera. It can be any type of photographing device that they can get onto the computer. Within this course, they also ask for students to use GIMP to edit some photos, and for the most part, it could be as far as hue saturation, black and white photography, really minimal things that need to happen. So they can use any type of editing software, Inkscape, GIMP, Photoshop, anything that they want, even if they can find something online that they can use. The course does want the students to use GIMP, but for me, I am very flexible because it is something very small that students can easily do with using any type of software. So that, again, is another instructor decision. Sometimes students have trouble submitting photographs properly, so make sure that you help the students submit the photos properly at the very beginning. The course does want all the pictures to be put into a zip folder, okay? That is where the student just takes their 3 pictures, zip it in a folder, and just submits that zip folder. The only reason for that is so that there's only one upload, and you can have the student zip that, or you can decide to just submit the 3 photos individually, but that's all your decision. And then all photos have to be submitted in a JPEG or a PNG format. Okay, so be sure that you know how to do that. So that's it. That's all that I want to talk to you guys about with the 4 courses today in the art courses. Again, if you want to get in touch with me or any of the other art teachers here in K-12, we're all here to help you along and to get you everything that you need. Have a great day.